Welcome back to AgriTalk in Decatur, Illinois at the Farm Progress Show site. We're less than 2 weeks away from the Farm Progress Show. It'll be August 30th, 31st, and September 1st. We started this preview series this year back in April. Wow, things have certainly changed since then. A lot of construction, a lot of tents, a lot of buildings up and going up, and final preparations underway for this year's show. Our Farm Progress Show preview series has been brought to you again this year by Syngenta, and we're very happy to have with us a Syngenta agronomist, Doug Kirkbride, who really covers from here in Decatur south. So we'll get an idea of, especially southern Illinois, what crop conditions are like. Doug, thank you for joining us. I guess most of the area, it's safe to say, could use some rain.
Absolutely, Mike. I mean, a lot of growers are hoping for a rain to finish out soybeans. Conditions have been tough, and much like this Farm Progress Show site, changing from April till now, so is the field conditions.
Can you give us a handle of what do you think has been lost because of the heat and the dry weather?
Well, soybeans still got some opportunity to catch some rains, but in corn mainly, I mean, walking fields with growers throughout southern Illinois, kernel set is down. There's been a lot of lost yield opportunity, and really when we look at what growers are concerned about as they walk their fields, we can put that into 3 buckets. It's around weed resistance, insect management, and really this overall stress of the year on the crop.
Let's talk about what you have seen. Have you seen a lot of insect damage this year?
Early on, black cutworm had some really heavy flight and infestation in southern Illinois. A lot of fields had to be sprayed. Walking fields with growers, for example, just this week in southern Illinois, walking a field with a grower, looking at a field that was infected with black cutworm. We have spotty population out there. The grower's really excited. Seen one of those trophy ears because there's 2 plants that were cut early on and didn't grow. He walks over to that trophy ear and peels it back, and his heart was broken. There's a corn earworm in that ear, and it's having a party. It's eating grain and reducing that yield that grower's actually going to get.
What about disease?
Disease has been here and there. We've seen a little gray leaf spot, some early corn rust come in, but a lot of growers had a planned plant performance program with like a Quilt XL or Quadris Early, and those growers were really seeing some reduced stress on that crop as well as controlling of the disease pressure.
It's been a year with a little bit of everything. Too wet, too dry, too hot, just a little bit of everything. And conditions can vary, as pretty drastically as you go from one area to another.
It is really varied out there for the local producer. If he caught a rainfall at the right time. And it really comes down to that stress mitigation. What can growers do to reduce stress on the corn crop? And I think that's why a lot of them are going to come to the farm show with questions of what can I do for the 2012 season.
So, and a place to get those answers will be at the Syngenta tent here at the Farm Progress Show. What about beans? Now, how much potential do you think we still have there?
I think we have some outstanding potential yet. We can catch an additional rainfall or 2 yet, finish out the month of August. I think we'll increase that bean size. I mean, the number of soybeans per pod is probably getting set pretty solid right now, but we can greatly influence the size of that soybean seed.
We at least have seen some relief from the really hot temperatures. That's helped.
Absolutely. We had this cold spell, kind of cooler spell come in, and you could just see the crop kind of take a relief, a breath, if you will. And we're seeing a lot of opportunity yet, especially in soybeans, but really this corn's kind of finishing out that grain fill, what's there.
I guess in a couple of weeks at the Farm Progress Show, that is a chance for farmers to come in and say, here's what's been going on, this is what's happened this year, let's start looking ahead to next year.
Absolutely, and like I said earlier, there's really 3 buckets that a lot of growers are looking for solutions for 2012, and it's around that weed management and resistance management, insect management, and then what can I do to reduce the stress on my corn fields and soybean fields? Because
obviously we don't know what it's going to be like next year, but there are lessons to be learned from each year.
Absolutely, and one of those lessons we've learned this year on that stress mitigation is around plant performance. We're actually seeing in cornfields we're walking where a grower went in with a V5 application of a product like Quadris and come back at R1 with a Quilt XL application. We're seeing greater kernel set and greater kernel retention. I think we're going to see some really huge benefits this year because of all the stress we've had.
Very good. Good to talk with you, Doug. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Mike.
Doug Kirkbride, agronomist for Syngenta. And again, our Farm Progress Show preview series brought to you by Syngenta. Still to come, we're going to talk with host farmer David Bricks and find out how the crops are looking around here, see what he's concerned about now, because every time we talk to him, he's concerned about something. But I think he's smiling, actually, today, so we'll find out what's going on there. Much more about the Farm Progress Show. Stay with us. It's halftime on AgriTalk.